Hi guys, this is Ollie. I wanted to talk today a little about metagaming. So, what is metagaming and how can you handle that as a DM? It can be very annoying. One of the times I found it most is when your players consist of some DMs themselves. They run their own games, so they know a little bit about things. They just remember things from the monster manual and what is good against certain monsters and bad guys, which the character wouldn't necessarily know, especially with some of the more obscure bad guys out there. I mean, there's a certain amount of that you could say that your character does know because certain monsters are more prevalent and it's well known how to tackle these guys, whereas some of the more obscure bad guys, they might not necessarily know how to handle them, but because the player knows, he starts using that knowledge to give them an unfair advantage in battle. So I found this a lot when I've been DMing for groups that consist of other DMs, and it can be very annoying. So what do? Change it. With monsters in the monster manual and bad guys that you might come across where they've got certain traits which they make sense and that's fine, but if you want to make life a little bit more challenging, a little bit more fun for your players, don't be afraid to go in. Just tweak one or two things, just change the HP a little bit. Sometimes that will affect your challenge rating, and that's something you've got to be aware of when you're working on changing certain monsters and bad guys. Is anything that you change is going to change the challenge rating of the monster, so might make it almost too difficult to take on. But if you're careful about it, and maybe every time you add an advantage to the monster, you take something off. So if you add a resistance to certain damage, fire damage, piercing damage, bludgeoning damage, whatever, think about maybe giving them a weakness as well, where they will take more damage from something. So, for example, you've got some orcs, and it's not the greatest example because most people know how to handle orcs, or at least how to fight them. But what if that orc was resistant to bludgeoning damage, but weak to, say, piercing damage? Now, this could be explained with the type of armor he's wearing, or if he's got, he's a mutated orc that has these stronger bones which can handle bludgeoning damage a lot better. So he's going to start going for the guy with the hammer versus the guy with the pike. But this is where you start getting clever, and you've got to start thinking about that combat, and that's quite important, I think, in a game of D&D where you want to have fun. You've got to make it challenging. It's not just going in and grinding out monsters. So there are ways of explaining these things so that it's more realistic in a sort of storytelling environment. So, like I say, first tip would probably be change something. So those guys around the table who have memorized certain things from the monster manual are just thrown off a little bit, so that they're not quite able to just go in there and go, oh, these guys are weak against this, we're just going to hack them with this. They've got to work it out. For every advantage you give a bad guy, give them a disadvantage as well. Try and keep that challenge rating a little bit more even. That's always something to consider. And then just other things, just make it a little bit less predictable, a little bit more fun for everyone involved, including you. Now you can actually make this kind of humorous on occasion as well, and go for it. And it could be quite funny if you've got a guy who would appear to be like this all powerful dude, but he's weak to one thing, which could be water or something really silly. And when your players work that out, they have a laugh, and it's fun for everybody. Opposed to just going into this battle and just hacking away, it just gets a bit samey. So change things up, do something different, and enjoy your next game. If you like this video, then please do hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. It'd be great to see more of you. Cheers. Bye.